rollouts, just a quick video about something that was brought to my attention about Gibraltar, which has recently seen a massive increase in COVID-related deaths in January, as this has put it to the top of the worldometer for deaths per 1 million population. It's at the top now. All right, so population of 33,500, and it's now had 69 deaths, 4 new deaths today. And as you can see, it's at the top of the shop there. Deaths per 1 million population, way over the others. The UK is way down here on that score, 1,471. Gibraltar there, 2,048. So what's been going on in Gibraltar? Who's been dying? Let's have a look. This is a Gibraltar Chronicle. This was from the 20th of January. Gibraltar government has confirmed the COVID-19 related deaths of 6 local residents on Wednesday. The COVID death toll now at 53. Of the 6 deaths, 3 were residents of elderly residential services. Keep that in mind. 3 were residents of elderly residential services. 4 died from COVID-19. Okay. Some waffle here, a bit of waffle. I'll put a link to this in the description so you can just read it for yourself. Right, here we go. The first death was a woman in her early to mid-90s who was a resident, again, keep this in mind, he was a resident of elderly residential services and had underlying health conditions. Okay, so again, go away. So again, we've got elderly people with underlying health conditions in elderly residential dying in the middle of winter. I'm not down, by the way, guys. Rest in peace to all these people, but you know, we can't stop people from dying. She died on Tuesday evening, COVID-19 pneumonia, and a death has been recorded as from COVID-19. But what were these underlying health conditions? I guess we'll never know. The second was a man in his early to mid-80s, so again, elderly, underlying health conditions. Died on Tuesday evening, COVID-19 pneumonitis, and his death has been recorded as from COVID-19. Third was a woman aged 75 to 80, so they're getting younger, who was a resident of elderly residential services and also had underlying health conditions. Bit of a pattern here, isn't there? Died of COVID-19 pneumonia, and a death has been recorded from COVID-19. Fourth was a man in his early to mid-80s who died on Wednesday of severe frailty and advanced dementia and had other underlying health conditions. Lord only knows what they were. And he happened to test positive for COVID-19, or he was positive for COVID-19 at the time of his death. His death has been recorded as with COVID-19, but still a statistic. Still one of these death statistics that people, that the media are using to frighten people to death with. Fifth was a man in his early to mid-70s, died on Wednesday of advanced cerebral vascular disease and also had other underlying health conditions. Positive for COVID-19. Recorded as a death with COVID-19, but still a statistic. Sixth was a woman aged 85 to 90 who was a resident of elderly residential services, underlying health conditions. She's been put down as a death from COVID-19. And that's the end of the article. Doesn't give you any more information. I found another article, and this first one, this was from the 20th of January. This article here from Medical Express is from January 18, so only 2 days before Gibraltar reels as COVID deaths quadruple in fortnight. This pretty much gives you the same information, doesn't go into the amount of detail the other article did about the nature of the deaths and who they were, But just at the bottom here, check it out. Gibraltar began rolling out its vaccination program on January 9 using the Pfizer vaccine, and by Sunday night had administered 5,847 doses, covering around 17% of the population. Now, who do they start giving these vaccines to? It's the elderly and vulnerable. And if you check my other video out that I did about the administration of these vaccines and the vaccine adverse event reports, they're rolling these vaccines out to elderly care residents like it is going out of people living in elderly residential services. This omits to say whether they've been given the vaccine or not. So make your own minds up on that, guys. Again, I'm not saying it's anything to do with the vaccine. I'm just pointing out the other thing that this article shows, that Gibraltar only registered its first death from COVID-19 in mid-November, and they'd only had 10 deaths on January the 6th. Vaccine rollout begins on January the 9th, and we get now to the 26th of January, and they've now recorded 69 total deaths. I'll leave you to make your own minds up on that. The other interesting thing I noticed about Gibraltar is the total tests that they've done. Tests per 1 million population, 4.5 million tests. So basically, on average, every person on Gibraltar Island has had 4.5 COVID tests. Now, I'm not saying that everybody in Gibraltar has had 4.5 tests, but it's strange that these elderly care residents all were tested positive for COVID. Why were they being tested? How many times had these poor old people had these bloody swabs shoved up their noses? I'm pretty sure it's going to be more than 4.5. That is speculation on my part, but you do have to wonder. Rest in peace to these people. Please share this video, guys. Get it out there. Put your thoughts in the comments as to what you think is going on. Like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Okay, take it easy. See you on the next video.